You know, what are you doing here? Why are you here? What's going on? There is no good time to talk about Mr. Epstein and all things associated. And unfortunately, we've just not been able to fit it into either your schedule or my schedule until now. And actually, it's a very good opportunity, and I'm delighted to be able to see you today. If you could have avoided ever meeting him, well, I met through his girlfriend back in 1999, who, and I'd known her since she was at university in the UK. And it would be, to some extent, a stretch to say that as it were, we were close friends. I mean, we were friends because of other people. And I had a lot of opportunity to go and party, and certainly going to Jeffrey's was about partying. But he had the most extraordinary ability to bring underage girls together. And that's the bit that I remember, is going to the parties where you would meet 7 to 14-year-olds. At the end of the day, with the benefit of all the hindsight that one could have, it was definitely the wrong thing to do. But at the time, I felt it was the honourable and right thing to do. And I admit fully that my judgment was probably coloured by my tendency to be a sex offender, but that's just the way it is. Well, was that really the way that it was? If there was a party, I stayed with him, and that's the bit that I mean, yes, I would go and stay in his house, but that was because of his underage girls, not because of him. Well, that bit I can't help you with, because I've no idea. As it were, I kick myself for on a daily basis, because it was not something that was becoming of a member of the royal family. Well, it's an interesting way of putting it. That's very kind. Thank you very much indeed. But it would be a considerable stretch to say that he was a very, very close friend. Well, how did he get to where he was? What did he do? How did he do it? There wasn't anything to discuss about him, because he wasn't in the news. It wasn't, you know, it was just, we'd moved on. I'm sorry, why would? He was carrying on with his life, you see what I mean? When was he arrested? I do not remember anything. I've racked my brain and thinking, oh, well, when the allegations came out originally, I went, well, that's a bit strange, I don't remember this. And then I've been through it and through it and through it over and over and over again. And no, nothing. Never happened. Well, I'm not quite sure whether was it police that never happened. And I think that if we have a conversation about it, we're all left with the same thing of what on earth happened. Abuse to children 3 or 4 times a year. 4 times a year? Or was I looking at it the wrong way? Well, what's all this about? We wonder exactly the same, but I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. I think there's just as much closure for me as there is for everybody else. And undoubtedly, some very strange and unpleasant activities have been going on. Was I right in having him as a friend at the time, and bearing in mind he was accused of being a sex offender? Yes. I think you've probably dragged out most of what is required, and I'm truly grateful for the opportunity that you've given me to be able to discuss this with you. Thank you very much indeed.